Yeah, OG, it seems like they're not afraid of anything, especially when playing on land. This is also, as Panel was talking about, Arc Warden into so many counters, whether we're talking about traditional counters and new ones, like you're into Jug, into Clockwork, Tiny Toss, Vengeful Spirit Swap. Like it might be very difficult, but it also seemed very difficult yesterday when they played against RNG, and Yuragi did some heavy lifting on the hero.
Oh, he pulled out all the stops. A beautiful performance from him, and I've got to say, if we're talking about the position one carries, I'm a big fan of Liquid here, kind of reeling it back a little bit. You know, they've tried Ana on Spectre, Pudge, Luna, some off-meta, some slightly meta heroes, but Juggernaut is like the meta carry right now, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. I see a lot of Jug picks, but I think I see more Jug bans where he feels very good, and teams do prioritize him in terms of banning. He's paired up with Grimstroke, so a lot of kill threat in that lane, especially against hero like... maybe that's why. Never mind. So Void Spirit, maybe this is why they decided to go with it, because the Simulate, you can dodge. Yeah, that makes sense right now. It took me full minute to realize, and I was talking about other stuff, you know, I always have something to say, Garrett, but yeah, the Simulate, being able to dodge the Inkswell and dodge some damage during the Blade Fury, so kind of swapping things around, putting Dragonite on a mid lane. He's going to be playing against Tiny, so there's no real kill threat on this Dragonite, and Dragonite can't kill Tiny, so both mid laners kind of be happy about it. Misha blocking the small camp for Tiny.
Yeah, that bottom lane, like you say, about kill threat. Usually the Jug, Grimstroke are looking to put that pressure on, slay heroes, but both Phoenix and the Void Spirit can slip away from that. But I think right now, all eyes on top. Something that we've mentioned a couple of times. If you're feeling a little bit, you know, under the weather, or you're not performing as you would want to, you want that upper hand.
Now. They already know. He's not showing on the bottom lane. Ana using the defensive spin.
Yeah, the tri lane for Liquid, not going to get themselves that first blood, which they attempted to do. So they will have to reset and go just for the 2-1-2 setup instead.
Misha will need to be very careful on Bane. Like, he's going to have a difficult time, I would say, playing this one. Much more different compared to the previous game. You get level 2, most likely you're going to die on Bane. I'm not talking about him getting level 2, but Clockwork and Vengeful Spirit. A ton of damage, trap him inside the cogs. Off lane, Vengeful Spirit. It's been a while since I've seen it. People did try to play it a couple of times during the DPC Tour 1. I don't remember seeing it in Tour 2. Good synergy with the Grimstroke and the Shard. It's going to be a lot of bounces. There's going to be 4 missiles and also Aghanim Scepter. Like, your key item is going to be Aghanim Scepter into Shard.
Tons of stuns. I think Zai is one of the few, if not the only player that's still bringing out this position 3 Venge. So we'll see how he fares on one of his kind of signature heroes in the off lane.
It's not fair. Mid lane, it's Mickey and Ramses against BZM.
A 2v1? That does seem illegal. And what are they, 8 and 6 on the Tiny? Dragonite a little bit behind, but he's got this wave to try and finish off. Grimstroke down bottom, just spamming out the Stroke of Fate, keeping Amar away from the creep wave as best he can. There's not too much Tiger and Amar can do, it feels like, to pressure the Jug. They are just trying to leech experience and gold.
Pretty much. Get as much XP and gold as you can, and also don't die. Because you see that he doesn't even have the symbol.
Dives away.
Amar,
there we
they're
go.
Going to catch Insania, and that's going to be the first blood.
Yeah, it looked like Tiger's going to dive away defensively, but they are able to turn
Amar is inside their heads, because you would assume that he has a Dissimulate, right? So this is why they picked the hero. So he cannot die and dodge the Inkswell that we mentioned, but he doesn't even get it. He's like, yeah, they'll think I have it, so I don't have to get it.
Yeah, we had a similar thing earlier on, right? The Queen of Pain up against the Void Spirit. He didn't go to Simulate until like level 3, level 4. He went for the, nothing to say, went for the aggressive build, so he could push damage early on instead. As top lane, I'm going to go in onto Misha. Here's the combo you were talking about. They hit level 2 on Liquid side, but with the battle back from Yuragi, they don't actually get the kill on Misha. Boxy actually coming out worse for wear in that engagement.
Going for this type of a play, aggressive one, when your wave is underneath the tower.
Oh, Ana.
Taiga, he's saving the dive. He's looking for an opening just in case Amar gets close. Ana's very low on HP. He does have 9 magic stick charges and a couple of shared tangos. But yeah,
gets
forcing
through
this out.
Gets through the Remnant with his spin, but the right-click power from Amar and Tiger just standing their ground, dodging the ink swell, beautifully done, sidestepping the danger. Insania trying to get Tiger, but he's fine.
He doesn't even pop it.
It doesn't even blink, does he? I'd be clenching my butt cheeks, curling my toes, like, oh, I'm gonna die! But Tiger's just chill. He's calm. Goes and
he denies himself.
Instead.
Buys boots of speed to be able to keep the distance. We talked about the side lanes, mostly mid lane, as expected. A lot of CS, a lot of denies.
Toss back. Avalanche from Mickey.
2 points in Dragon Blood, does have Fairy Fire and a couple of tangos left, so Dragon Knight should be okay. A little surprised about the top lane. Like, Zai's getting a lot from it.
Oh yeah, 24 last hits. Our coordinate 17. So a pretty good gap there built by Zai. And is that the pressure of the clockwork kind of keeping the Bane out of contention?
It is. Also, they can connect on Arcord, and if he gets close, if he gets stunned, they're trying to make a move on Zai. Boxy is going to escort him.
At the same time, that consistent pressure from OG. I'll get the cogs in onto Misha, push him around, but Zai was held back by the Nightmare. And we saw down bottom, Insania was dropping incredibly low because Tiger is playing very forward against his former captain, showing him who's boss. And Amar trying to secure some of the last hits out of this little pull through into the large camp.
They glyph it. This is Amar glyph if I've ever seen one.
To cancel out the spin?
Yeah, get some reduction, and you see Taiga immediately starting to play aggressive. Might even think about going in, using dive to kill the healing ward. Might be too risky, does not want to die. Insania, 10 stake charges, he should be okay. But
Clock got the stick off as well. Misha denied himself to the tier 2 top lane at the same time, something we've seen him do plenty of times, just to refill his mana and HP to return to the lane at full strength. It's getting close to 6 minutes. Is this first active rune, do you think, going to be an indicator for Mickey or BZM to move? Or is it like the panel was saying, that Mickey might try and move and BZM looks for the tower pressure?
Looking at the siege creep, half HP. Who got it? Insania did pick it up.
Oh, Courier. Tiger again going to snipe one out.
Oh, Tiger sniping 2 couriers. Tiny would definitely want to move if he gets Arcane or Haste Rune. Other than that, I don't think he would.
Well, Zai being left alone up top. Found by Misha. Yuragi getting the last touch in there. Well, Tiger died to Insania. Sorry, the other way around. Tiger killed Insania back in towards the mid lane, which is all very surprising because we saw both supports from Liquid come to mid. Boxy refilled Mickey's bottle, but they didn't really move together anywhere.
No, Team Liquid syncing up with Dets, making observers miss a kill. They need to chill a little bit. Another bottle refill on a mid lane. Mickey's Tiny has been amazing in the DPC, one of his better heroes, I would say. Gets extremely active early on, and I like his build that he was going for Echo Saber first, into Blink Dagger, and then Axe.
Oh, they got Yuragi.
They got him. This should be the kill.
This is a huge one for them. Insania and Tiger continuing the scrap as well.
To not miss a single kill.
We see everything. JJ's got the eyes. Phantom's Embrace in onto the Phoenix. Tiger just giving it the clicks, the Fiery Spirit comes, but Insania's under tier 2, so he's got that additional buff to tank through DPS.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Now Misha alone top. He really wants to get rid of this catapult as quickly as possible, but there's another good glyph, this time from Liquid side. A Nightmare to stop the Cogs play. Still going to get forward though with a transfer over to Zai. And inside the Cogs with the battery assault going, Misha is about to die. And Zai might actually move in towards Yuragi next. You know Boxy's going to fall under tower here, even with the stick charge up. He's hit with a Flux and the dive in from Tiger. Not connecting onto the Vengeful Spirit, so Zai just going to chill for a sec.
Mickey's here, he's ready to go. 4 points in Avalanche, they're pinging it out. Someone please help Amar. He does have a TP available and is level 6.
Dive! Let's get in onto this Arc Warden. Make him pay for picking this hero. Mickey and Zai so close to getting the kill, but they lose the Vengeful Spirit and Yuragi's still alive. Mickey's got to bail, he can't stick around. They've got the rotations in from OG to defend their Arc Warden.
I like how Amar's just chilling bottom. He had a full HP, was trying to fight with the Juggernaut, didn't TP, forcing Dragon Knight to TP. I think it would be much better if he TPs. I think they are able to close the gap with the Astral Step. But look at Amar bottom. He's still chasing. He's looking for Ana, who's level 5. So he doesn't need to care about it. Let's see if he uses Resonant Pulse.
Well,
to
he's
scout things out.
He's not spotting him. And in the meantime, in this top jungle, they've got Boxy trapping BZM in the cogs. And he's being left here all alone. Mickey might be able to join back in. Nightmare on Zai. And there we have the kill out onto the DK because Mickey did arrive while Yuragi being dived again by Zai. Misha and this very low HP clone of Yuragi still trying to turn it back on to Insania, but he's going to slip out of their reach.
Pretty chaotic game. A lot of action happening. Arcorden did hit level 6, was very close. He needed to survive one extra hit to be able to live there. And I like the build that he went for, not just now, but also that he...
Is Tiger solo killing Mickey?
Tiger's all over the place.
Oh, the tower hit! Yuragi gives him the tip.
So yeah, to go back to the item build, getting power treads on Arcorden, then going for Hand of Midas, and later on getting Boots of Travel. So he's going to be playing with his clone.
There's the combo. Tiny, one of the prime heroes to get this Inkswell onto, and BZM, tanky as he may be, still dies, while Almar, with the help of the Bane, kills off Ana's Juggernaut down bottom. And look at that Tiger's hero damage. Highest amount of any this event at 9 minutes.
It's 1,000 damage per minute, pretty much.
Yeah, you're right. 8.3k at 10 minutes in.
Imagine using almost 2 fingers every 2 minutes with a hero. Well, Lion's not a hero, never mind. I mean, it was just to try to do a comparison with how much damage.
I was wondering what you're talking, 2 fingers.
Yeah, then I realized, Lion's pretty bad. Top lane, this should be a solo kill for Yuragi. There's no one around him. Let's see if it connects. Ooh,
oh, and Amar jumps away bot. Anna's Omni Slash cut short. Yuragi's still chasing Zai. I don't know if the clone can catch up to the Venge. They've held it back. Spark rates are out, but they're not close enough to kill off the Vengeful Spirit. But you're right, it's just chaotic, isn't it? Liquid trying to force fights wherever they can. Top, bot, mid, in that jungle, all around the place. And OG reacting time and time again. And with Misha's swift movement up this ramp in towards Zai, good swap back,
good
allows
combo.
him to get out and put Boxy in place for the cogs and the battery assault there. Misha pays for his crimes.
Nice swap into Clockwork, into cogs. Anna's having a really rough time.
Look at Amar's net worth.
Yeah, he didn't move. Well, what do you mean? He's been in in this lane. It's pretty much playing mid lane from the off lane.
Okay, now look at Juggernaut's net worth.
I've seen it, Gary. There's been a lot of action happening. Didn't have time to even pop it out. Mickey, this time around, he's going to go for the Blink Dagger. He thinks they need it. Good combination.
Inkswell's there as well. There we go, Tiger. How's that damage doing for you? You can't do any when you're dead. That's a dominating streak taken by Mickey as well, so money in towards his items. And he will be rushing the Blink Dagger this game, it looks like, so no Echo Saber is the starting point for him.
He's like, where's my Clockwork?
Tries to swap the hero around to get that damage reduction in, but not working out for him.
2 times, almost getting a solo kill. Getting very close to Hand of Midas. I like the build, this Boots of Travel. I don't think it's working out, especially since recent changes to Tempest Double. Yeah, so he now has Hand of Midas. It's like you want to battle, but you also kind of want to farm with the Arc Warden.
It kind of reminds me. Go on.
Yeah, even BZM's going for Hand of Midas. They think they can get away from it with it.
Drag the game out as long as you can. Get the value from it.
The big one is Amar. Amar and Taiga played almost perfect on the bottom lane, managing to get the first blood, setting up Amar for a really good game. X.
Supernova trying to defend Yuragi. He's popped out his Tempest Double and he is surviving. Zai can't close the gap, gets stunned by the exit lands, and they're going to TP out the real hero. But it always reminds me, Dota players, they want to be as greedy as they possibly can, but at the same time, they want to be able to fight and take away some of the gold and the income, bust the economy of the opponents. It reminds me a little bit of when Necronomicon was used on the Arc Warden, right? You didn't want to buy Midas or Maelstrom, you wanted something that could
it was
get your
Necro
tempo
1.
up.
You wanted to keep it level 1 just to have something to farm with, and yeah, Necro got removed.
So now you buy treads.
People got sick of it.
Yeah.
It's still in the game, though.
Book of the Dead.
Feeling really worried for Team Liquid. They need to make stuff happen with this Blink Dagger on Tiny. He needs to play with Grimstroke. Let's see. Combo, even without the Inkswell, they're going to get the kill.
There's absolutely no chance of survival for Tiger.
Mickey will need to heavily carry. And see, they get the kill, instantly smoke. They're looking for more.
And Spin is down. Let's see if Misha can move forward. They scan, but they've just missed out on finding Ana's Juggernaut. Fiend's Grip is at the ready here for the Bane, and he's going to spot the Jug with a Nightmare to start it off. The rest of the squad should be arriving, filtering through, but they're not fast enough. Mid-game here, much speedier to get on top of the Bane. And Amar just...
Hookshot also connects, but Amar should be fine.
Yeah, he should be all right here with some Astral Steps. Even going to battle back, defeat Boxy inside the cage match. Boxy still standing his ground, trying to get Ana involved, but Mickey rejoining with a great combo. Takes out Amar's streak. Top lane is non-stop, consistent scrapping, battling and skirmishing here as Little Piggy squealing away. Vengeful Spirit still with the flux and the spark raids coming. Uragi won't give up on this one so easily. They back off though, they're respecting Liquid's response time.
Amar try to be sneaky, get the kill and potentially get out to use Dissimulate to get out of potential Blade Fury or Omni Slash, but to make it, we said he needs to carry hard this game in the next like 10 minutes until Juggernaut gets online. And also Vengeful Spirit, like she's really not a hero right now. You want to get to that Aghanim Scepter timing. So another 1300 gold to farm up, another smoke from Liquid. This is like third smoke in the last 2 minutes.
Oh, he dives away. He knew something wasn't quite right there. Mickey not going to find it, but the grip down bottom. And BZM, we've not seen him in quite some time. Very passive game from the DK so far, but this will get him up on the scoreboard. Again, aided by this Misha Bane, who is so consistently good at finding the openings. The weakness in Liquid's armor currently has been that Ana position 1, just a little bit out of position here or there. Not quite synced up with the rest of the team, which is what you can expect from a stand-in.
I mean, you're playing into 3 Hand of Midas. You have Arc Warden with 2, and you have Dragonite with 1. You also have Amar, like he has this Hand of Midas effect pretty much, staying on top of the net worth one more time, close to Dragonite, now that he built Midas, overtook the first place.
He just materializes gold out of thin air, doesn't he?
It's the creep, Scary. It's one of the most greediest offlaners.
All he does is hit the creeps. Boxy TPing out, and a Soulbind coming with the Supernova. And Amar sprinting forward, finding Mickey with Ether Remnant. Misha coming in from the right-hand side too. They swap him out with Zai, but he's put himself in the firing line. In with the Breathe Fire, Amar with another Remnant, catches up to the Vengeful Spirit and quite simply breaks her ankles. Another double kill for Amar. And again, it's the same kind of story, right? Liquid, first 10 minutes, looking solid, making good rotations, getting item timings, and then 15 minutes in, you look at the net worth board and it's OG, top 3.
Yeah. Tiny, I mean, once Vengeful Spirit gets Aghanim Scepter, I think the game's gonna be a little different. Having the clone to play with, it's like 2 clones. One from Arc Warden, one from Venge.
The chain stuns, the silence.
A lot of gold for that kill. Mickey gets it.
They do catch him out. They do burn through Insania though, with a Sunray in the mid lane. OG gonna take over this Radiant Triangle now. Even smoking themselves. They spot a decent Ancient stack there, but Ana has shown up top lane. He doesn't have TP, and that might be something OG know about. If they've seen him TP up here, he can spin, but he can't really retreat or escape. And BZM straight forward with a stun and the grip. Ana out of position once more. OG seems to really have his number.
These stats are gonna tend to add up. Like he's trying to recover, does have Maelstrom. Zai is more farmed than him. Those 5 deaths really gonna cost him how this game's gonna be played out. Mickey finds another opening.
Yeah, but he's been caught out himself. Stunned under the Sunray, and Zai required to swap him out of there. Good move in from Boxy though. Finds the pick off on Tiger. Misha dead as well, and a toss back, not helping out. Mickey with an avalanche, barely surviving. Invis Rune coming. They can't catch up to him, so he's alive and bottling back up. Amar now in a 1v2 against Zai and Boxy, and the Breathe Fire very close. Scrapes the nose of Mickey, but doesn't quite touch him.
They were so close, but Tiny very tanky, and also him going for Aghanim Scepter is what actually saved him. because he does have Ogre Axe, which you usually turn into Echo Saber, but having that point booster on Tiny made the difference. And also, extra bit of regen. I think he would have died, because he was sitting in the river with the Ocean Heart.
You're right.
Yeah, a lot of these things do add up.
Yeah, all those little details. Good spot. I always forget about Ocean Heart. It's one of those items that's like, yeah, whatever. But for a mid laner, for someone who's sitting in the river playing aggressively like this, as Mickey is, incredible value from it. So now Zai has Ags. You think this is maybe the turning point or the beginning?
It is. It is time to try to go and take the fight. We mentioned Soulbind, and Zai's very close. Like, that's going to be double magic missile. Once you get the shard, which is 500 gold away, that's going to be 4 bounces. So you got to be really careful how you take these fights.
I sure do. Especially as these squishy supports in the Bane and Phoenix. Liquid are all grouped up down bottom, looking to launch themselves out of this jungle and in towards mid. But Boxy is the one to be caught by OG. Kind of desync from the rest of his team. Misha healed up by the Sunray, and in comes Amar, bursting through Insania and onto Zai quickly. Yes, Ana is helped out to kill off Misha, but that cost looks too great for them. Omni Slash bouncing in, the Supernova barely in time. He's still alive on Tiger's Phoenix, and Juggernaut swapped back out, but he's looking pretty dead to me as well, Lacoste. Out he goes.
What a beautiful Nightmare from Misha. Like, using Nightmare on position 5 there is like what makes the difference, because potentially Grimstroke would get the Soulbind off the bounces from Vengeful Spirit. Like the sustain also from OG. You have the Simulate Supernova, as you mentioned, pops off in the end, and Juggernaut doesn't feel too comfortable getting to there, and he's the only hero who can actually hit the egg. Yeah, look at the positioning from Misha. He gets in, gets stunned, and gets the Nightmare off, which was pretty big. And then Amar cuts in and gets the cleanup.
And watch the Phoenix. Tiger drops to, I don't know, 20 health or something. He's like, he's about to die. Omni Slash comes in. Supernova.
One more hit would kill him.
Absolutely would. And yeah, decent job by Zai there to try and save the day, swapping Ana out, but it's all too little too late. 8,000 net worth lead now for OG after some real cracking team fights. And they've got all the items flowing in. Mickey will clear out the clone down south, but Misha inside these cogs still has Uragi behind him. Jetpack from Boxy slips him out of the cogs, while Tiger kills off Zai in the mid lane. There was Amar there, but BZM arriving down bottom. Mickey with a big combo. Huge damage in towards Misha. Dragonite trying to stand his ground, but he's surrounded by 3 Liquid heroes who all look to run away now. They've realized there's an Arc Warden still in this game. And Amar Tiger joining this bottom lane fight to find Boxy, the Clockwork in the trees, dragged back by the Remnant to cancel his TP. Mickey does pick up a double, finishing off Tiger, but Amar is hunting supports, and they are easy pickings for OG now. Vengeful Spirit in that illusion form finally finished off just 5 seconds before she'd respawn.
You see Dragonite with 20% HP and 0 mana running at you. You know that he has some kind of backup behind them. Rest of the team did catch up. 9 minutes and 40 seconds faster. Mickey, pretty much a perfect game. We said that he will need to carry, and he is carrying the team really hard, even though it's a 9k gold lead for OG. Blink Dagger into Aghanim Scepter straight away. There's not going to be slow coming out from the Echo Saber, because he does not have it, but seems like he wants to get damage pumped out as soon as he can, so going for the Crystallis next.
Yeah, I mean, if you can hook shot on Cogs, the Arc Warden, stand this tiny near some trees and just launch them in towards him. But they do get the catch on Phoenix. Immediate Supernova. The grip there as well. They're focusing the egg. The pyramid falls, crumbling in the mid lane. But OG, can they fight back? Amar, he's here with his BKB, gonna try TP home, even though he has a double damage rune going. And Ana unable to claim any kills. Liquid will move into a tier 1.
Bounces from Vengeful Spirit, like with Soulbind, 4 of them, if you connect on 2 heroes, it's a lot of stun and it's a lot of damage. Ana slowly recovering. He's now at the 9k net worth. Let's see if he can get the tower. He can get stunned.
Oh, the Gleipnir as well. Ana obliterated. OG come. They don't defend their tower, but they get some huge kills. Any more off the back of this? They see where Zai is. The Spark Raid spots her. The Vengeful Spirit gonna lose not 1 life, but 2. Amar, in the meanwhile, has also picked off Insania. So again, the only survivor The guy who didn't even join the fight is Mikke's Tiny. He'll look towards Misha, but the tree volley doesn't land, gets juked by the Bane.
That tower had 1 HP pretty much, and I guess he was expecting to be swapped out if he's in trouble, but swap never came.
A lot on Mikke's plate now, though. Like, yeah, he's 10-0-2, but the rest of his squad are just falling like flies in these fights. And hey, up, hey, oh, what's this? What's he doing? Or is he doing it? He's going the Octarine Aghanim's build.
He's going the same build.
The magic build.
As he did against RNG. I like Leipnir much more than going for a full Mjolnir, because you can keep people in place.
Yes.
It's just so good. Also like the damage from it, and then you have increased range from Ether Lens. Like these things do synergize nicely.
Liquid. Baited. That's an illusion, boys. Hook shot down now for 40 seconds. You know, thankful that it is a reasonably short cooldown for a teamfight ulti there on the clockwork. But again, these dire observer were just spotting everything that's coming their way. Misha stunned up by Zai's Venge. Amar going to try and help him here with Tiger backing up as well. BZM straight in onto Mikke. This is the huge kill that they need. The Supernova comes out. And Liquid, they just can't fight around it. It's impossible. Insania brought back, but there's no more fight to be had. The blood has been spilled already.
Misha grips the clone.
What, the Venge one?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's pretty difficult. Like they got their number right now. It's very difficult for them to just enter the fight, and if there's no soulbind with those bounces, Ana is also not in these fights. They need damage coming out from the Juggernaut. BZM still chasing, forcing out buyback from Boxy.
Hey, he wants to fight, but they've lost Insania. Omni slashing onto BZM. Yeah, the DK's trapped in the cogs, but the Dissimilate dodges away from the Omni Slash, and Ana still trying to do damage into this Dragonite, who is so incredibly tanky and has a BKB. He's in Dragon form and slows Ana down, jumps forward with a blink and finds yet another kill.
Team Liquid is crumbling. OG playing so aggressively on 2 different sides of the map. The rest of the team, yeah, going for Roshan while they're getting the pickoffs, and also big streak. I think Taiga got it. Taiga is level 16. Very. If you have someone with 7 Spirit Vessel charges, you know that he's either Herald or the game's going so well that you don't even need to use it.
He's not got time to use them, yeah?
Sorry about that, chat. Didn't mean anything bad about the Heralds.
What, you think there's Heralds in chat? I don't think
there's a couple, definitely.
Nah, you're full of nonsense, you are. Everyone is Divine 1 or above. That's an absolute fact.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Zai hasn't really progressed too much after his Aghanim Scepter. Aiming into a Vlad's or a Wraith Pact. Kind of waddling around down in this bottom lane. If him and Mikke can latch onto a target, they've got a lot of burst damage to bring them down. But OG are having none of that. They are grouped up top, planting themselves in the Radiant Triangle, shoving 2 tier 2s at the same time. And of course, controlling the Roshan area.
And with Arc Warden having full Octarine core now, you have 26 duration on Tempest Double and 30-second cooldown. Once you get to level 25, which you will, because right now you're all level 22 with Hand of Midas, it's going to be much easier. Then it becomes a nonsense. It's like you can't deal with that. We saw in the yesterday's games against RNG how difficult it is.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
These tier 2s don't stand a chance against Uragi's Arc Warden. Top lane being shoved by the Elder Dragon.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
OG itching for a team fight to put this one out of its misery. Mikke, he's going to get a little bit of damage, tickling the DK. In comes Tiger, though, with a Supernova in behind the barracks.
In the middle of the fight.
Juggernaut trying to focus it down, but he just can't do it. Omni Slash will be used, but it bounces in towards the DK, finishing off Misha. Ana doesn't really have anything left to fight.
I think this might be it, Gary. They might call it. They just don't have what it takes to punch back.
4 heroes dead, no one's buying back. Urax are falling. Tier 3's crumbling. OG have shaken the foundations of Liquid's base.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
And BZM straight back up to high ground.
BZM with overwhelming blink jumps in. 1 stun down to half HP on Tiny.
Barracks are falling. Mickey still looking for an angle to enter, but he's under dire vision. They see his every step, and that's a full set of Barracks down and out now. Yuragi's Tempest double. The clone is picked off. I mean, maybe Liquid have another shot at this, one more fight, but that's a dieback from Zai there. Not going their way. He does have his illusion out, but not for long. Yuragi and BZM make short work of it, so now you're down a hero for 60 seconds. Gleipnir connecting on Insania. One by one, they're falling like flies. They're being tossed around by their own teammates. Ana spins in, spins out. I don't think he's going to have a chance to shake it all about, though, because under his own tier 3s, he's being blown up by OG.
And they call it no business left in this game. OG, crisp execution. What a beautiful performance. I think this Yuragi's Arc Warden might become ban material. I'm not talking about the first phase, but definitely a hero to look out for, because he showed extremely good performance.